There we go.
Are we on? Hi guys, how we doing this morning?
We're way late, sorry.
This lovely Thursday morning full of distractions.
That's why we're 25
Hey
minutes
look, it says we're live.
late. 23 minutes late.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to
Yes.
post a link. Okay, so if you got our newsletter, which I hope you did, it went out Monday.
And if you didn't, look
and
for
it
it.
took
It's in
me
your email.
all freaking day. It amazes me how long those things take. It's shocking
And
how long it
then
takes
I
to
remember
write a
why
newsletter.
I fail to get them out all the time.
Okay, but I got the newsletter out Monday. If you didn't get it, check your spam, check your whatever, or make sure you're on our newsletter list. Anyway, so I was gonna do that. Let me grab the book.
To fix something real fast. So one of the things I announced in our newsletter, there were lots and lots of things,
Is that we have an awesome designer / author coming to town to visit us this summer in July, the 2nd and the 12th and 13th. Yeah, so it's the second weekend of July
12th and
13th. It's Sarah Thomas of Sariditty. She is a designer for Moda.
she
She does
designed
all the things. Her inaugural line with Moda was Rainbow Sherbet.
Yep.
And then she did the Enchantment.
That's what it's called, right? Land of Enchantment.
Land of Enchantment, which is amazingly beautiful. This woman loves color, clearly.
She's so good at color, y'all.
And then her newest line with
coming
Moda
out like next month.
this month. It's May is
Yes.
what we're told. It should be shipping here in the next week or so.
And it's called Rainbow Spice. It's the follow-up to Rainbow Sherbet. Rainbow Sherbet was a blender line
It's
of a bunch of these lighter fabrics. Rainbow Spice is the darker, the more saturated colorway
right.
of that collection. So, but we want to do is tell you what she's going to do when she comes. And so she's here Friday night and Saturday. Friday night is going to be a book signing event / trunk show. She has a book coming out
July 3rd
July
is the
3rd.
release
So
date
this
of
is
the
like
book
a week after the book comes out. And it's called the Rainbow Quilt Color
method. And it's got 15 patterns in the book. Plus, the book is more than just
It's not just
patterns.
a pattern book.
It is. Sorry, I'm. There we go. I had to change it.
She's making sure.
I'm making it so it's available for pre-order. It talks about how to put colors together. Whether you want to do a monochrome quilt or a rainbow quilt, how to do that well and have it all work together. She also covers in the book, she's got foundation paper piecing. She's an English paper piecer. She's a traditional piecer. She does all the things. If you go read her little bio, I put her bio info in all the class descriptions for when she's coming. The girl's got a math brain. Like she's a pilot. She was a pilot.
Math plus color.
So
totally my
she's
jam.
totally got a system for all of it, and I love it. Her and I have been going back and forth for months, working out good times for her to come, and we decided months ago before she publicized that she was getting a book out that we would do it to coincide with her book release. So it's going to be awesome, but she's bringing a trunk show. We've seen her shows at Quilt Market, which are incredible.
Fabulous.
So the trunk show is going to be awesome. You can meet the designer. You can get your book. You can have it signed. It's going to be super fun.
And it's always a party.
It is always a party.
It's social, and it's after hours shopping, and it's a good time.
It's
Good time.
always a good time. The trunk shows are great. So
So
that's
it's only $15 too.
yeah, it's only $15. So
And that's just because
I want you to decide you're coming. I don't want you to say, "Oh, I'm getting a
seat and not
a
showing up.
seat and not come." So we want you to commit to it
No, we have lots
because
of doing it.
I mean we're flying her in. You should come see her.
We really should.
And then Saturday she's teaching 2 classes. So the one in the morning is color theory.
And you guys have been asking me for this class
for years.
forever. And
So we're
I'm
bringing in
pretty
an
good
expert.
with color, but I don't feel comfortable teaching a class on it. But she does, and she's great. And
she wrote the book.
She literally
wrote a
the
book.
And she's great with color. And so if you want to come Everyone
learn.
should do a color theory class at some point because you're going to learn all sorts of things you didn't know.
And
suddenly things will make sense.
And something she's going to do within the class, because it's going to be a very interactive class, she wants you to bring from home the fabric that you love, but you can't find stuff to go with it. You know, maybe the bundle that you're like, I just don't even know what to add on to this. This isn't enough. I don't know. Maybe a quilt where you're like, something's off with the color. I made this quilt, and I'm not sure what I did wrong, you know, with putting things together. She wants you to bring those kind of things with you to the class. So it's going to be a very interactive class, a very, she's going to send you through the shop to kind of find
group
things.
projects.
Like, seriously, it's going to be awesome. This is not going to be, I'm going to sit down for 3 hours and listen to a lecture.
No, you're going to physically learn.
Because that kind of color theory will
rot your brain.
I mean, I can't do it. But it's going to be awesome, guys. So you should definitely check that class out.
And, okay, because we have a nice big classroom, but seats are always limited.
Seats
to a
are
point.
definitely
so if you want to do
limited.
this, you need to sign up. Jen, you posted the link?
I did.
On the comments?
I did.
In
So
the
the
comments-
first comment is our landing page for her, and that's going to have everything to do with her coming to visit. It'll have all 3 classes listed there,
Mm-hmm.
and the book pre-order.
The book pre-order, and I think it has this too.
And
Anyway,
this.
we're
But
gonna
we'll talk about the
that
quilt in a minute. The last class she's teaching will be Saturday afternoon, and that is foundation paper piecing.
And she is a very mathematically approached foundation paper piecer. And so she has very little waste in her paper piecing methods. And so if the waste in foundation paper piecing, it gets
Bugs
to
you,
come learn her method.
come check her out. It's going to be great. With the class, we have a kit for you.
Yeah, the kit's included
The
with
kit's
the class.
included with the class. It's going to make like either a pillow or a wall hanging. It's small, or it can be extrapolated into a full-size quilt.
Yeah.
We're using one of the patterns from her book
So the
for
book's
that
required.
class. So the book is required. I didn't list the book with the class because if you had purchased the book previously,
You'd already ordered that.
I didn't want to be like, oh, well, now I have to refund it to you, or you have 2 copies. We will just make sure that everybody, if you're going to take the class, make sure you purchase the book. But the kit and the papers and everything will all be ready for you at that class. And that one has really limited seating because
Once you have to throw in sewing machines,
there are
it's
sewing
more
machines.
limited.
So that's our one with really limited seating. So if you're interested in foundation paper piecing with her, or just being in the class with her that's a lot smaller, that's the one to go to. She's super nice. It's going to be great. You guys
We're excited.
You guys are really going to like her. And she's bringing some of her custom merch with her.
Yeah. And when we were at Market, Jen and I had to buy some of her custom merch because
We
we're
did.
nerds. Yep.
But, you know, the rainbow washi tape was so cute. And I need, like, one of all of her stickers.
Seriously. Anyway, okay, so last but not least, Jen bought this pattern, Fancy Force. You guys know we love Liz Hartman, right?
Right.
So
I bought the pattern before we ever even halfway considered thinking about a quilt shop.
like 8 years ago.
At least.
And
I've had it, I bought it as a PDF. I've had it printed out
in a binder.
Since then. And the hardest part, the reason I haven't made it, because I've tried, is you need 40 different colors.
And you need 40. Okay, you
Really,
need 8 sets.
8 sets of 5
tonals.
And other than getting, because when the pattern was first released, it was like, here's the Kona bundle.
Yeah, with the fabric bundle.
Or, you know, here was the original Kona plus Liz Hartman
fabric.
blenders mixed together. And I just have not been able to pull it all together. And then we came back from Quilt Market, and I had a early release bundle of her Rainbow Spice,
Which is what's coming out this
which is
month.
the fun, bright, saturated colors. And in the shop, we still had some
Rainbow
of
sherbet.
our own bundles of Rainbow Sherbet. And I was like, if I squish these together,
It was the 40 fat quarters she needed.
I mean, I had like 5 left over that I didn't
But
use.
they were browns and stuff.
Well, I mean, and I think 1 green.
Yeah. Anyway, it ended up being perfecto.
Anyway, so I went home and I took the bundles apart and I was like, okay, these and these and these and these and yeah. So I finally got to make the quilt that's been on like my to make list since I really got back into quilting. And I did it out of mixing rainbow sherbet and rainbow spice
With grunge.
with grunge
As a background.
as a background.
You should.
I've been on a kick lately with grunge. I mean, I've always liked grunge, but now that we have more of it in the shop, I'm like, ooh, I keep grabbing it.
I know. I think I'm working with it on like 3 quilts right now.
I did like 3 in a row where grunge was my background.
So she also did a rainbow binding.
Yeah, so the binding is
From the
fat quarters. So I did a rainbow and
backing.
used this nice motive backing.
It's a is it a Ruby Star one?
I'm not sure if
I
it's
don't
Ruby.
think so.
I don't
It's
think
a Moto
Ruby.
wide back. I used it too on another quilt because it's
We
fan.
might be on our second
Freaking
bolt of
fantastic.
it. It was just so fun. But anyway, it's guys. It was so fun to do. And I mean, I kept sending pictures to my mom and my sisters. I'm like, look at all these eyeballs. And my sewing room was so bright and rainbowy while I made all these crazy critters. And so, because this is such a challenging quilt to pull all the colors for,
Curate.
that's the word, we're making kits.
You're welcome. And right now you can pre-order said kit because it's clearly not available because Rainbow Spice isn't here yet.
Right, Rainbow Spice isn't here yet, but
We had to limit our pre-orders because Rainbow Sherbet's no longer available.
Right,
So
so
we had to work with.
luckily we still had all of them that I used in the shop. And
We cut
from
up
the
as much of those
smallest
as possible.
bolt, that's how many kits we made. So it is limited, but
Limited to like 20, I think.
16, 20. It's not that limited, but it is limited.
But if you want one, you need to reserve it.
Because they're not going to last.
And they're freaking fabulous.
And if this quilt looks tricky to you,
It's not. Okay, it is. But it's not.
I was talking to a lady who was here last week. She's a shop owner in California, and she came for a visit. And we were chatting. And she was asking how this one pattern writer compared to Elizabeth Hartman. And I was like, well, she's good. Like, her math is good, her images are good. I'm like, it's just... And I said, and the shop owner just looked at me, she's like, it's because Elizabeth Hartman's the best, huh? I'm like, it is.
Well, her patterns are complex, and so they're thorough and clear.
I feel like she's an engineer. I don't know what her life was before she
was
wrote
math
quilting,
related.
but her patterns are so well written. It's like
They're engineered.
they're engineered. It's not just art, it's engineering. And I love that because if you want to read all the words, great, read all the words. If you want an image with labels to go on everything, well, and
Like
having
tried to write up complicated pattern blocks.
because you did sleuth.
We just finished Sleuth, and I'm going to show you guys. We'll do that next week. We'll show it to you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Having had to write up complicated
Pattern blocks,
in order, because you want to be able to make it like that, but then
you have to explain how you did it.
I have to explain to somebody how to do it, and that is so much harder than making it.
Right.
By such a huge margin. And
But Liz Hartman does it
she's
so
got it down
well.
to a science.
I mean,
And so-
nobody does it better.
It's complex, but the
not.
instructions are all very clear and very good. And if you can sew a straight line with an accurate quarter inch, you can totally do it.
Right.
Accurate quarter inch. is a
I
huge
always get a kick out of it because I'll do like my quilting 101 class.
And if you think you can press to the dark side, you're insane.
No, this is called press open. And like we'll do a flip, we'll do an easy corner triangle, flip and stitch. And I'm like, Liz's sleuth blocks have been hanging in the classroom the last several times I've taught that class. And I was like, that method you just did, that's how these whole blocks are made. If you can do a flip and stitch corner, if you can sew an accurate quarter inch seam, you're done. That's all you need.
Then you can do it.
Right.
Just follow the instructions and pay attention to the diagram.
I mean, and labels.
Labels.
Labels are
and
your
everything
friends.
is a necessity. But it's fun. And then you can make super, I'm almost done that scarecrow,
Right.
which is so fun. And I love seeing all of these random pieces come together into something that you never would have thought all these pieces could turn into.
That's what I love. So, like, with the first Liz Hartman quilt I did was her North
Stars.
So it was Arctic animals. And it was so fun, like, you're putting random stuff together, and all of a sudden you have, like, an otter face. And then you keep putting stuff together, and it's like the otters are holding hands. And it's like almost every other time I pressed a seam, there was a new discovery there, you know? Now we have a smile. There's something going on. And it's a really fun change from just
I love making stars and regular quilt blocks, but creating...
It's just so fun to see them come together.
Well, it's like the sharks. Well, okay, back when I made the sharks quilt, the social sharks quilt, the teeth on that are hilarious, by the way. And it's 600 pieces to make these shark smiles. And they're awesome. And she's got a fabulous method for it.
Oh my gosh. Like, it was...
Because I was like, these look like a total pain in the butt, but I know she's going to have written a good way to do it. And she totally did.
Right, I looked at the pattern and I'm like, oh, okay, got it.
Brilliant. But I tell you, like, flipping that last corner and seeing, like,
all
the smile, and it's like,
shark smile.
Sweet. And it was like, it just made me grin. And I'm like, yay, I could make 11 more. But it was,
they're super fun.
It's those ones you can press to the dark side of that.
Well, you have to.
Not the dark side. You have to press out. That's the only way to do it.
Yep. But they're super fun. I mean,
it doesn't have to be intimidating.
I loved it. Like, all of a sudden, it's like my owls were, like, staring at me instead of these random wonky eyeballs. They were, It was super fun to make. And I was so excited to get this fun kind of a blender fabric that I could curate and put together. And to create this
fabric does a great job of making the pattern show.
Yes.
Sometimes when you make a quilt, the fabric is the star.
Yes.
And sometimes when you make a quilt, the fabric is straight up backup singers.
Right.
All of it. So that, like, this diva of a pattern can be on show.
And it's fun, because, like, you can come up close and
it makes for a great show.
You can see the designs in the fabric, but you step back just a little bit, and it's just color. It's just the saturation.
And it's fabulous.
And the tones. And so, anyway, we've got that listed as well. So, check it out. It's going to be super fun, and the crazy thing is it's going to be July before we know it.
Like 2 weeks away, right? But it's not.
It's not.
It's like 6 weeks away. 7, maybe.
7.
I don't know. It's not very long.
All I know
I know I'm crazy between now and then.
Right.
I'm always crazy. Who am I kidding myself? Right. Anyway, last week of school, though.
Yay! Next week.
Not for middle school.
No, middle school. She's done.
The Grace is on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to have the boys be done Friday, too, and just be like, screw it.
We're not even coming to The problem is we're already signed up for crap.
Oh, we won't be there the last 2 days
anyway.
Well,
you're going to be gone.
I know, they keep sending stuff for the last couple days of school, and I'm like, we're not coming, so I'm not signing up for anything.
Yeah. I get to do the popsicle station at Field Day.
Woohoo! I get to go to the Cape Canaveral NASA.
There is less screaming at the popsicle station than the bouncy house.
Oh, hell. Sorry. Yeah, true. Anyway, check out the link that Jen posted and see what's up.
It's the first comment.
Hopefully it's not me. If you click on all comments,
you'll
find
see it.
Okay?
Okay.
If not, I'll post it later.
We'll get it posted.
I'll post it, I promise.
But we're going to be telling you guys all about it. It's going to be great. Come check it out. Come meet her.
For sure. Anyway, we're going to go get to work. If you show up this morning,
there might be
still a bird stuck downstairs.
Little boys downstairs with Nerf guns.
Trying to get the bird out.
We're trying to get the bird out without killing it.
Yeah.
But it's in the shop. We don't know how it got in the shop, but it's in the shop.
And we need to go away.
Right.
Anyway,
have a great day.